Jason's Academy, Social Science Class 6th, History, Lesson 7, The Early States, Mahajanapadas and Janapads. Hello students, today we are going to start History Lesson 7, The Early States, Mahajanapadas and Janapads. During the Vedic age, the people settled down in jans or tribes. Within a short period, the tribes formed small kingdoms called Janapads. Many of these Janapads further evolved into larger political areas by capturing more and more land. They formed larger political unit which came to be known as Mahajanapads. So let's start the first topic of this chapter, which is Janapads. The Janapads were the major kingdoms of Vedic India. Aryans were the most influential tribes and were called as Jans. This gave rise to the term Janpad, where Jan means people or Pad means foot. By the 6th century BC, there were approximately 22 different Janpads. With the development of iron in parts of UP and Bihar, the Janpad became more powerful and turned into Mahajanpads. Let's see what is Mahajanpad. Janpad became more powerful and turned into Mahajanpad. In the 6th century BC, there was a rise in the development of Janpads or great country. There were 16 such Mahajanpads during 600 BC to 325 BC in Indian subcontinent. There were two types of states, monarchical and republic. Malla, Vaji, Kamboja and Kuru were republican states while Magad, Kosala, Vats, Anti, Ang, Kashi, Gandhara, Sursena, Chedi and Mads were monarchical in nature. There were 16 Mahajanpads during 600 BC to 325 BC, which are mentioned in early Buddhist and Jain literature. Those were as follow: Avanti, Magad, Kashi, Kosala, Matsya, Sursena, Gandhara, Kamboj, Panchala, Vats, Mala, Ang, Vajji, Chedi, Kuru, Asaka. These are the 16 Mahajanpads. Among them, Magad, Vats, Avanti and Kosala were the most prominent ones. Out of these four, Magad emerged as the most powerful kingdom. The causes of Magad's success were as following: availability of rich iron deposits which were used in making weapons, its location at the rich and fertile Gangetic plain, use of elephants in military warfare against its neighbor. Next topic is political systems in Mahajanpads. There were two kinds of political system in Mahajanpads, that is republic and monarchy. First, let's see about Republic Mahajanpad. Republican Mahajanpad was ruled by a group of people. Here, people elected a particular tribe and decision was taken on the basis of the majority. So, it can be said that this was a democratic type of system. Second is monarchy Mahajanpad. Monarchy is the system in which king rules and the people have to follow the rules and regulations created by him. After the death of king, the son succeeds the throne. Let's study about the Magad, which is the main 16 Mahajanpad. Magad was an ancient Indian kingdom in southern Bihar and was counted as one of the 16 Mahajanpad, great kingdom of ancient India. Magad played an important role in the development of Jainism and Buddhism and two India's greatest empires, the Maurya Empire and Gupta Empire, originated in Magad. It was bounded on the north by the river Gangas. Now let's see who were the rulers in Magad. Two notable rulers of Magad were Bimbisara and his son Ajat Shatru, who are mentioned in Buddhist and Jain literature as contemporaries of the Buddha and Mahavira. Later, the throne of Magad was usurped by Mahapadmananda, the founder of the Nanda dynasty, which conquered much of North India. The Nanda dynasty was overthrown by Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of the Maurya Empire. There is much uncertainty about the succession of kings and the precise chronology of Magadha prior of Mahapadmananda. The accounts of various ancient texts contradict with each other on many points. Let's study about Bimbisara. Bimbisara ruled for 52 years from 544 BC to 492 BC. He was imprisoned by his son Ajatashatru and murdered. Bimbisara was the ruler of Magad. He came from the Haryanka dynasty. Through matrimonial alliances, he strengthened his position and prosperity. His first alliance was with the family of Kosala, the lady named Kosala Devi. He was given the Kasi region as a dowry. Then Bimbisara married a princess of a Lichvi family of Vesali named Chellana. Now, this alliance secured him the safety of the northern frontier. He again married Khema of the royal house of Madra in central Punjab. He defeated Brahmadatta of Ang and captured his empire. He had good relations with Avanti. Ajatashatru. Ajatashatru killed his father and snatched the kingdom. Throughout his time, he followed an aggressive policy of expansion. This pushed him towards Kashi and Koshala. There began a so long disturbance between Magad and Koshala. The Koshala king was forced to purchase peace by giving his daughter in marriage to Ajatashatru and also giving him Kashi. He also declared war against the Lichivasis of Vesali and conquered the Vaishali Republic. This war continued for 16 years. Next topic is administration in Magad. Absolute power was in the hand of the king, which was sanctioned by the Brahmins. The Brahmins were given a high status as they were looked upon as God. The king was assisted by the Amats and the Senani. The king had the right to collect the taxes, and here the money which was collected as the taxes were spent on the army, paying salaries to the officers, building road, wells and canals, and also supporting to the Brahmins. Next is social condition in Magad. As the society remained divided into four main ones, that are Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudras. Brahmins were privileged as the highest status, and Shudra were considered as the lower caste. Brahman were the dominant religion. The Brahman used the Sanskrit language and they conducted all the rituals and religions in the Sanskrit language. And because of this, a new religion was formed as Jainism and Buddhism, because people could not understand the language Sanskrit. And the Gurukul system of education was continued. Nalanda, Kashi, Ujjain and Takshila were considered important centers of learning. Last topic is economic condition in Magad. As we know that agriculture was the main source of revenue for this state. Wheat, rice, cotton, sugarcane, vegetables and oilseeds were the main crops grown. Rice was the staple crop. The peasant had to pay 1/6 of their produce to the king. It was called bhag. Hunters used to pay taxes in the form of animals or animal products. Similarly, artisans, craftsmen, weavers and blacksmiths also had to pay taxes to the king in the form of their products or service. Earlier it was the barter system, but after the introduction of coinage, the trade boosted and developed in many new cities. The main trading centers were Patliputra, Mathura, Ayodhya and Vaishali. Rivers were used as trade routes. During the 6th century BC, many Janapadas and Mahajanapadas emerged. Magad in Bihar was the most powerful kingdom. There was an increase in trade and craft due to the use of coins. The caste system was very rigid. The Brahmins were the most dominating caste in the society. So class, we have completed our this chapter. I hope you all have understood. Thank you.